Alrighty, good evening, Arkansas. This is Assistant Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. I'm here to give you guys your evening forecast update for today here. So, first and foremost, guys, we don't have much going on here. We'll kind of zoom down into the metro at this current time here. We got a couple of scattered showers coming into western Saline County at this point here, but we don't have much going on across the natural state here compared to what we saw a couple hours ago when we had some scattered showers and storms down there in southwestern Arkansas here. So, in this forecast video, I have some good news and I have bad news here. I personally like to give the bad news first and then the good news. Bad news is with Tropical Storm Nicholas, the heavier rainfall looks to stay away from Arkansas. And I know that will break a lot of hearts here in Arkansas that desperately need the rainfall. I know we're very, very parched for rainfall here in Arkansas. Unfortunately, we can't bring Nicholas into Arkansas here. So, that's the case at this current time here. That's just because the shear really pushed Nicholas further to the east, and also the center of low pressure developed a good, I would say, 100, 150 miles northeast to where it originally was supposed to be. So that kind of really helped the eastern track as well. And also, the frontal boundary that's coming down at the same time is helping to steer away Nicholas as well. However, for our folks down there in southern Arkansas and southeast Arkansas, we're still expecting a good amount of rainfall down there, but the heavier totals look to be across Louisiana and Mississippi here. Now, the good news. Remember a couple of days ago when I made the forecast that I said that we would have to look for that September 20th to 22nd time frame for the potential pattern change? Well, we've got significant model agreement on that pattern change here. And this is coming from a super typhoon that is currently in the West Pacific at this current time here. And that will help to initiate the pattern change across our neck of the woods as we get towards next week. Right now, what I'm doing personally is I'm waiting to see over the next day or two to see if guys can hold the trend. If they can hold the trend, then I will have a blog for you guys by the time we get towards Wednesday, and I will talk to you guys further about this pattern change. The one thing I want to stress with this pattern change is it has the capability of producing some severe weather because of the rapid change between the hot air going into the fall-like air. This is why we're telling you guys now to be sure to stay tuned to our page, etc. here. I'm not expecting this being a big outbreak or anything like that, but normally when we get those types of pattern changes, they do bring severe weather. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Nothing to panic about right now. However, I just wanted to bring you guys that good news here because I know a lot of folks need the rain here in Arkansas. Especially right now since we're in a pretty decent drought across the natural state here. So speaking of that, speaking of Nicholas here, let's go ahead and talk about Nicholas at this current time. I'm going to zoom back over here. Nicholas was over here at that point. But here's Nicholas at this current time here, just off the Texas coastline. Should be making a landfall over the next couple of hours here, sitting at around 65 miles per hour. 65 miles per hour, gusts up to 75 miles per hour, especially on its eastern side. And you could see, especially on the western side, you really have nothing going on at this point here. So if you're in Houston right now, you're getting those feeder bands in. If you're in San Antonio, you're like, what tropical storm? I'm not seeing anything over here. That's just because of the westerly shear has been really dominating the system, and it really kept Nicholas from really becoming a hurricane here in the Bay of Campeche and the Western Gulf. The track right now still takes it into eastern Texas, goes into Louisiana, and then goes into Mississippi here. Now, this is something that we'll have to watch because there's still a lot of uncertainty on if it's going to go into New Orleans or is it going to go into northern Louisiana. The further north this thing goes, the better rain chances we'll have here in Arkansas. If it stays to the south, the heavy rainfall will take it to the south. If it comes into northern Louisiana and South Arkansas, those feeder bands will come into Arkansas, and that will help bring some rain chances across the natural state here. So that's something that we're still monitoring here. We're still not out of the track just yet. Far southeast Arkansas is still in the track. However, the further south this thing goes, the less rainfall chances we'll have across the natural state here. Northern Arkansas and portions of central Arkansas, you may have a little bit of a better shot because a frontal boundary is going to kind of sneak down into Arkansas. It won't clear through, but it will at least try to bring some rain chances across the natural state here. So, with that being said here, let's go ahead and talk about your 7-day forecast here across the board. So, Your 7-day forecast here said before, something that we're going to continue to monitor over the next couple of days here is Nicholas here. So this is with northern Arkansas here, 20% chance of rain for tomorrow. High temperatures in the 80s, overnight lows in the 60s here. Now, as we get towards Wednesday here, that's what we'll have to watch for that frontal boundary coming down into northern Arkansas. 50% props up there for rainfall. Thursday and Friday, we should start drying out with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, overnight lows in the 60s. As we get towards the weekend, temperatures will begin going back into the upper 80s, low 90s, under sunny skies by that point here. And then beyond Monday, we'll have to watch and see whatever happens with that pattern change as we get towards the middle part of next week. As said before, if trends hold, we'll talk more about it as we get towards that Wednesday time frame here. Now, for Central Arkansas, more the same. For tomorrow, 30% chance of rain here. You're going to start seeing those feeder bands coming into Arkansas as Nicholas begins to make its run towards Louisiana. Also, the frontal boundary is going to start moving down as well here. So, hit-miss showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Better rain chances on Wednesday here. That's when Nicholas is going to be the closest to the natural state. High temperatures by that point will be held down. Also, you guys will notice this week is that temperatures will be down into the 80s. It won't be in the 90s this week. It will be down into the 80s with increased rainfall and increased cloud cover across the natural state here. 30% props for Thursday and Friday before we clear out for the weekend into the early part of next week before we await whatever happens out of that pattern change as we get towards next week here. And more the same for Southern Arkansas here. Now, Southern Arkansas, better shot of rainfall as we get towards Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures in the low 80s for now. Some guidance is indicating that we won't get out of the 70s on Wednesday, especially down in Southern Arkansas, as Nicholas will likely be feeding in those feeder bands into Southern Arkansas here. So rain chances may go up on Wednesday, and also temperatures may come down on Wednesday with the next forecast package. Beyond Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, whatever is left from Nicholas is still going to produce some rainfall down there in Southern Arkansas, so 50% props of rainfall by then. And then as we get towards the weekend, 20% chance of rain still there. Some afternoon pop-up thunderstorms could still be possible because there is some indication that Nicholas circulation may not even go anywhere. It may kind of stall out across Mississippi over the next couple of days here. And then as we get towards Monday, we should dry out down there in Southern Arkansas. And I said before, beyond Monday, we are watching for the potential that cold front that's going to come through as we get towards Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Right now, great model guidance. However, what we saw with Nicholas, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on both of us. So we're going to kind of wait and see what happens with that pattern change. We'll keep you guys updated right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.